My organization works on farmers' rights as well as plant genetic resource conservation. We are concerned about how improving farmers' access to good quality seeds, and COP11 is is a very important treaty as far as our organization is concerned, because we are concerned, we are interested in putting agricultural biodiversity as one of the priority concerns in terms of the overall concern of biodiversity. Hence, we look at issues that are impinging upon agricultural biodiversity as they are discussed in the forums downstairs.
Um, Help us understand the specific activities that your organization take up.
Okay, we work at three levels. Well, first of all, our concern is that farmers' access to seeds have been appropriated by large corporations. So seeds which used to be the seeds which is at the heart of a farmer's work. A farmer's is the very how do you say, the heart of the production. These have the right and access of farmers to this have deteriorated through time because of the introduction of high-yielding varieties and other and genetically modified varieties. We would like to bring back the farmers' right to choose what kinds of seeds they would like to plant, those that are adapted to their area, those that are most appropriate for their use, and the ones that they would most prefer. We do this by giving farmers training on 4 aspects. We teach them how to conserve traditional varieties which are good for their locality. We teach them how to choose varietal selection, choose varieties that are most adapted to their area. We teach them how to select seeds from early generation varieties, and we also teach them how to cross varieties. We work specifically on rice and corn crops, which are the staple food of the region where we work. So we are now working in 6 countries. That's Bhutan, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, Vietnam, and the Philippines. We have been involved in this work since 1991 and have seen quite a lot of changes among farmers. We've seen farmers' capacities improve in terms of developing varieties that are good for them. In fact, some of the farmers have already started working on climate-resistant varieties, including those that are resistant to saline, resistant to pests and diseases, those that are short duration and resistant to drought, resistant to flooding. So this is at field level. At higher level, at government level, we try to mainstream our work so that we try to get the support of rice breeding and corn breeding institutions to be able to continually support the farmers in their work. We also try to get governments to give financial support as well as technical support to the farmers so that they can continue doing with these initiatives. And at policy level, we try to work and advocate for policies that are supportive of farmers' access and farmers' rights to seeds. We do this at different levels, locally, in villages. We try to get the support of village leaders. We do it at provincial level, like as cases in Vietnam where we have very strong support from provincial governments, as well as in the Philippines. We try to work at the national level. We work with countries on trying to review their seed law. We try to work with farmers, and we try to work with governments on policies related to intellectual property rights. Then, of course, we work on policy at international level as well, which is why we are here at COP today to work on these issues.
More than 2 decades of experience of having dealt with the governments. Tell us about the regulatory framework focusing on the protection of the farmers' rights across the 6 countries that you're working. How robust are they, and what are the gaps that you as an organization find?
You want me to talk specifically on the issues that we face?
Focusing on the protection of farmers' rights, what kind of regulatory framework is there at the government level in general?
Um,
I mean, are they even there? Is the government focusing on the protection of rights, or is it completely missing?
it's Farmers' rights is embodied in the ITPGRFA, which is another international body. And in my country, for instance, we have CRICE has been involved in helping in the formulation of the implementing rules and regulations, and we have tried to insert in this framework, the government framework, issues of farmers' rights. But you have to be continually vigilant. It doesn't come spontaneously for most governments to start putting in farmers' rights as their priority, even if it is enshrined in other bodies. In fact, even within the CBD, farmers' rights doesn't figure as a very strong issue, which is enshrined in, but farmers' rights within ITPGRFA is a very strong issue. So it requires constant vigilance among farmers, among civil society groups, to constantly remind government that farmers' rights is a very important issue that we should take into account at all levels. It has been a challenge for us to continually do that. When we try to get support from governments for the initiatives of farmers, specifically in the variety protection that we are doing, in the PGR, plant genetic resource conservation work that we are doing with our farmers, getting the support of government and research institutes has been very difficult. It's in many cases, research centers are not willing to provide the help that farmers need to be able to continue with this work. But we haven't given up. There are positive things that have happened. We have seen changes, and we have been here for 2 decades, and we're going to continue doing the same work. And I think there are more people, more and more organizations, more civil society groups are getting involved in the same work that we're doing. So we're picking up, especially now, I'd like to add, especially with the case of climate change, the capacity of farmers to develop the varieties that would adapt to the specific climate change issues that they face is going to be increasingly important. So I think that the work we're doing is very much relevant, and I think in due time it will receive the attention that it rightfully deserves.